Hello everyone.
Hi.
We've been playing some Destiny, as you may be aware. We played it for 24 hours, and I jumped on with Jack, which is the footage that you're seeing right now, when the Iron Banner 2-hour thingy was on, which I thought was only for one day. It turns out it's every day.
Yep.
So that's ruined me.
So that's 2 new maps. And it said a new mode, but it wasn't a new mode, was it? I don't know.
No, there was no new mode, not that I could see. So yeah, basically this is a point of view on Destiny, having played collectively 48 hours of this game. I think
we've got a good handle of what it's about. Yeah. So we're going to go through a few points about what we thought about the beta, because this is one of my picks of E3. So because I was looking forward to it quite a lot, and I still think it's good, but there are some points of interest. Point number 1:
enjoyable at first, but becomes tiresome. Generally, okay, it's an FPS, and yeah, you've got to shoot lots of enemies, but they could add something in there that makes it a little bit more fashionable.
Well, something that makes it a bit more interesting. The story missions were pretty much just linear, go here, do that, which most MMOs have, but it was made a bit worse because the voice acting from Peter Dinklage, of course he's a good actor, obviously most well known for Game of Thrones. Presumably they've chosen him just for that fact, really, because he's a hot topic at the moment.
He is a bit of a hot cookie on
but
the old...
I don't think I'm not sure if it was the lines or his... Well, basically it didn't work very well, and it kind of made the story a bit less involving. It was already a bit boring, and yeah, I don't know, it didn't help. But hopefully in the main story there'll be some more interesting missions. It looked like the early missions, at least, weren't that interesting.
Yeah, aside from Dinklage, there was... I think what was that? Bill Nighy?
I think Bill Nighy does one of the voices.
Yeah, he sounds. At least it sounded like
Traveller's speaker.
Yeah, and that wasn't too bad. That was...
Well, Bill Nighy is a classical actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Classically trained. Just rock your fucking socks off.
Yeah, and but the announcer for the multiplayer is particularly bland.
Oh yeah, and I could assume that is just temporary. But I mean, it's been there from the alpha and the beta apparently. You've captured point A. Yeah, it's just annoying after a while.
Needs to be better, basically.
So yeah, the game has basically a Diablo-esque. It's sort of semi-MMORPG. Like there is a big zone you can walk around in and do little quests, but mostly it's like Diablo. Like you jump in multiplayer and you do like a mission.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's MMO. It's just MO. It's multiplayer. It's online, and you can jump into instances.
People that like.
Yeah, but it's only ever 6 at once, though. It's not. It's not massive.
It's more like Journey, where it connects you to people who are in the area, as opposed to having 100 people in the area. No, I've not seen that. I don't think it's like that. And then they do have their own version of raids. Well, there's one raid in the beta. What they call them, strikes. Again, quite a familiar structure. It's got like stages where you go through little bits. Yeah. Again, it's all to shoot everything and get loot. And there's bosses. And unfortunately, the bosses were probably the weakest thing about it.
Yeah, there was 2 bosses. There's a big spider bot and a massive orb. The orb is literally just a HP sponge, and once he gets below a certain percentage of health, he grows spikes and tries to run into you.
Yeah,
good one.
Good one.
And the spider bot at first seemed like a massive damage sponge, but there was a little bit more to him actually. You have to shoot a leg, and then when his leg's damaged, he falls to his spider knees, and then his head falls forward, and you can shoot his neck,
exposing his weak neck.
Yeah. Now, okay, that's quite cool, but I'd like to see that more. For the first boss, that's fine, but let's bring it up. Let's bring it up again.
This is the first strike. You can assume it's meant to be the easiest one. So hopefully the next ones will have something a bit more to them. So
I think the missions again, could be improved by perhaps I've got to press a button while Tom presses a button.
Some kind
bring
of
the co-op into it a bit more. Obviously, that might not work with single player, and maybe they want all the content to be completed via single player as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The idea that you can complete it on your own, or you can have co-op. So
we'll
with
see.
Strikes, you have to have multiple people. There's no reason you can't do it.
They could.
PvP.
So
that's PvE.
Yeah. So on to PvP. In the PvP, there was it was pretty good, really. It played like any kind of Halo multiplayer that I've ever played.
Yeah, as you expect, really.
Bungie.
I enjoyed it. At first, it was quite annoying because we're not PC gamers, so we're not really used to the console. I have played a lot of console shooters. But,
I hate looking up and down. It fucking does my head in.
Yeah, I think it was quite good overall. You have to learn the maps. Like any game, you do need to learn the maps because at first it's just frustrating. Against people who know the maps, you just get fucking owned. But after a while, I actually got the hang of it and ended up being pretty good. Usually the top of our team. So that was, I don't know what that means exactly because I would say I'm an inexperienced console player, but I seem to end up in the top half of the team most of the time. Usually at the top. So
there was quite a lot of games that it was you and me.
But
now
that's the thing is, that's another brings me to the next point. Now the reason that could be is the fact that we played it for solidly, and PvP probably solidly for 12 hours, and our characters actually get increase in strength. You get better perks, you get like upgrades for your character, and it's as simple as you're better than other people.
Yeah.
So now that becomes a real issue in PvP because that simply means that
it's not
the
fair.
longer you've played, it's just not fair. Now there are meant to be. It says anyway on the mode that levels don't count, but I'm not sure what that means.
I'm sure that's only the defense and the attack values on your armor. I don't think it has anything. Basically, the level cap's level 8. But if you keep playing the game, your character continues to unlock his skills and perks.
Yeah.
So, for instance, when I use my big slam on the ground, I've got like a 6-second pulse that does AoE damage on a point after I'm dead.
That's a straight upgrade to that.
Yeah, that's a pure upgrade. That's just better.
So that kind of created a bit of disparity. And to be honest, during the later stages of the beta, you could tell, you'd be like, oh, that guy's clearly got loads of abilities.
Yeah.
Because he's got something like a grenade I've not seen before. Now, the grenades you have to switch between them, so that's not necessarily an upgrade. That's just a side grade. But some of the perks, literally,
they're
you just get better.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of an issue. I would like to see perhaps implemented in the main game a class mode where you pick a loadout similar to TF2 or something, where everyone has the same 6 or 7 different loadouts and you can pick from one. So it's not like it doesn't give you items or anything. You use the guns it gives you and the perks it gives you. So therefore, it's more balanced.
No, I would like to see that, but I actually don't think that's going to come because Iron Banner is quite the opposite. It's going, oh well, it was already balanced before, and now you get to use all your overpowered weapons and armor and stuff.
I don't think they've implemented that in the beta because it looked like in the default mode you could use all your stuff. Well, you could use your own guns definitely. And some of the guns...
Yeah, but I think that the damage values of said guns were set to a specific point, and in Iron Banner they were unlocked.
Well, I haven't done enough testing to prove that, unfortunately, because I use different auto rifle. I use basically just use the auto rifle because that's basically auto rifle is love, auto rifle is life. Because I don't really see the point of using many of the other guns because that one seems to be the easiest and most accessible one to get kills with.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal preference. I'm sure there'll be someone out there who's really good with every other gun, but I think the auto rifle really pips the post.
Certainly is. I think that the most versatile gun. It's most useful in many situations, medium to long range and short range. I quite favour the fist.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. That's one thing we'll say about the combat. Like the fact that you've got like a special third-person ability is quite cool, almost like a spell, basically.
Yeah.
No, that's quite cool. I like that, and hopefully we'll see some more of that. Perhaps so it looks like each class gets one, and then they get their own grenade set as well.
Yeah, but I think for each class, like for Titan, you can go into the defensive Titan.
Yeah.
So I
there's
think
at least 3 I can see on the HUD. So they're having to have 3 subclasses for each of the guys. So hopefully they'll be quite different. Which again, unfortunately, the Titan and Warlock seems pretty similar to me. I don't see that much difference, other than the Titan's a bit more tankier and the Warlock's a bit faster. Their abilities, they're basically the same.
Pretty similar. Yeah.
Then the Hunter had a completely different set of abilities. So he's got a throwing knife and some sort of magical gun. So that was quite good. But
he does have magical powers.
Well, yeah, the Titan and Warlock seem pretty similar, which is a bit of a wasn't great.
So vehicles then.
Yeah, there are vehicles in the game.
There's in the PvE you get to use your Sparrow, which is very rewarding to use. Actually, it just sounds nice. It handles very nicely. Yeah. And also in the PvP, there's a tank, which I can't remember the name of.
Annihilator or something.
And then also there is like a hover bike with guns on it called the Pike. And the Pike has got you can roll with the shoulder buttons, but you can also buy a Sparrow that has that same ability.
Yeah, later on in the game you can upgrade your Sparrow.
And in that one PvP map, you can use your own Sparrow to get around from point to point, which
some a lot of people didn't see.
Yeah, I don't think people noticed.
You can use your Sparrow on the moon map. There's quite a big map, so there's no reason not to use it basically. I've seen a lot of people playing it on Twitch and everything who aren't using it to get around, and I don't know, maybe it's just they didn't realise, but you can't use it on the other maps, so the infantry-centric maps. But the Sparrows are really cool. The Pike particularly handles very well, and the tank's even got a quite nice design to it as well.
Yeah, I like the way it tucks in when it boosts and stuff.
I think overall the vehicles have got a really nice design, and hopefully that I'll see some more.
Yeah, I'd like to see at least two more vehicles would be good.
More vehicles would be nice. Like maybe a multi-person vehicle as well, like 2 people can.
Yeah, one with a gunner, like the Warthog, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Vehicles overall pretty good, and I think they could be a good thing. Hopefully in the future as well they might add spaceship battles as well. That's something I'd like to see, because you do get to have your own spaceship, like customise the look of it.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if you could buy upgrades, get different lasers, have orbital space.
That'd be a whole different mode.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It's just a one-off.
That's something maybe in the future for Destiny they would add as a DLC.
Well, they said it's going to run for 10 years, they reckon. So let's see.
Ambitious, but we'll see.
In terms of things like visuals, the game's very crisp. the FPS does seem to be locked to 30, but it doesn't ever seem to drop below 30.
Yeah, I think they made an executive choice to have it as 30. You know what's interesting on Killzone, just to take a counterpoint, you can actually, on the menu, unlock the 30, because it's locked to 30, there is an unlock saying, you can say, I don't want it locked to 30, so if it can do more than 30, we'll try. Now, would they add that for this? Because it's meant to be competitive, so I suppose they want to lock everyone to 30, so everyone's got the exact same.
Well, I suppose if everybody, oh no, because there's different consoles, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, but are they going to be playing against each other?
No cross-platform.
Well,
I don't even know if there's cross-platform for PS3 and PS4. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but it'd be nice to maybe have an option to say, oh, I want to try and get as much FPS, but then you might get like choppy frame rate and like it won't go below 30, but it might be a bit weird, like. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't run at 60, which is a shame. I know a lot of people were disappointed at that.
But to me, I never noticed it ever lag. It seems very smooth. The HUD's very crisp and clean.
I really like the HUD and the menus and everything. They're not cluttered. They do the job. It's very easy to read. I was pleased with that, and the inventory system as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall the HUD and everything was really good, and the aesthetic of the game is really nice. I wouldn't say it's anything new in terms of the sci-fi genre. It is stuff you've all seen before in all the different films and games previously. It's kind of like a mash of all sorts of different things, especially Halo and things like that. And it just looks sci-fi. And that's that.
Yeah,
like,
it's
pretty
pretty generic.
The Traveller,
sci-fi.
which is quite a cool idea, a weird idea. This big alien coming down and giving everyone technology. Again, not
technology.
It's not exactly an original idea, but it's not about. Well, I suppose it is about originality these days, but it's more about execution. I'd say. It doesn't have to be super original. As long as it's executed well, people will like it. So far, this has been executed mostly well, but it does need. I think it does need a bit of work. But there we go.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much wrapped up our feelings on Destiny from our Vita.
I mean, I'm still looking forward to the release. At the moment, it's a 3 banana from me. Because I wouldn't want to give it 4 or definitely not 5. But it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's above average for a console shooter, but it's still only because I like sci-fi. I'm a big sci-fi fan though. If you weren't a big sci-fi fan, you might think, well, that's just shit.
I think my experience has been marred by the fact that I played the same 4 hours of content 5-6 times over.
Yeah.
And
the PvE definitely.
I really think that they could have possibly given us up to level 20 in the
there's
beta.
rumours. If we released this video before, I know there's a 2-day hiatus starting Tuesday and Wednesday for the beta, and then the Xbox are allowed in. They're allowed in for the last 4-day stretch. Now, I can definitely expect some kind of other event similar to Iron Banner in there somewhere, but there's also rumours they might up the level cap to double, apparently. So, I mean, whether that happens or not is... I mean, it's all rumour and hearsay, so we'll see. But there we go.
Well, if they do, then I think would I want to, or should I just wait for the main release? I think it depends.
No,
if
they're also
character.
umming and ahhing whether you can continue your character.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't decided yet.
If I could, then yeah, I'll definitely play and be a massive nerd and get all my characters to level 16.
Yeah. If they haven't decided yet, I don't think they will decide until after the beta. So. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that's Destiny. That's how we felt about it. We've played it for a fucking long time, so we should, we've got a good feel for it. I do enjoy it, and I'll probably play it the beta a bit more. Not for another 24 hours, but it's I enjoyed it. So it's definitely worth a look, especially if you've got a PlayStation or whatever. Definitely give the beta or Xbox, give the beta a try. I mean, there's no reason not to. Yeah. But
robots, aliens, humans, war, space,
Destiny, Dinklage.